Formula One has cranked up the heat over Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell after a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ayrton Senna. But who will follow in his footsteps this weekend? Long straights and medium-speed turns dominate here, but there's something else to watch out for at Barcelona. The air currents are strong and unpredictable, and they'll be giving aerodynamic components a real run for their money this weekend. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder, what else is in store for the teams? Well, there's only one way to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One. After a day of free practice yesterday, we wrap up with the third and final session before moving on to qualifying. By the end of the day, we'll know who's leading at the front, who's packing out the midfield, and who's bringing up the rear. All 20 drivers competing will be pushing their cars to the limit, pushing themselves to the limit too. But if they can push beyond those limits, well, the very best find themselves mounting a challenge for the championship. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One. drivers are strapping themselves in, ready for race day.
We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. This weekend, Red Bull displayed promise during qualifying. Now they need to capitalize on their grid position and get a good race under their belts. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
Well, Formula One is back in Barcelona, and the teams have got their work cut out for them. The drivers there lined up on the grid under mostly sunny skies. Let's look at Mercedes for a moment. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. We've got the other Mercedes here. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. The race start is mere seconds away. One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go! It's a race position gained for a Mercedes.
Good job there. Just do what you can.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes. Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. They take advantage and muscle their way through. Excellent work. The driver's team there cheering them on. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. They've lost control and spun. Let's see what happened there. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. And yes, that's where they spin out. Looks like there's been a lockup. Let's take a look at the replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren. And yes, that's the lockup. That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see. We've just had a spin. Let's take a closer look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. And this, yes, this is where they spun out. Mercedes moved up a place. Here's the replay. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. And they clear it. Big move for them and a race position gained. I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team. Sounds like someone's locked up. We can take a look now. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. Oh, and there's the lockup. That's the last thing they'll have wanted.
We've had a big crash here.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car. Let's have a look. Now just take a look at the McLaren. And there we see the crash. The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there. I think there's been a lockup. Okay, here's the Ferrari. Oh, they've lost it. They've locked up. Oh, and the team had such high hopes today. What a shame. Oh, did someone run wide there? Okay, so there we have the Alpine. Well, I don't know what they were thinking there. They're completely off the racing line. Was that a lockup on the track? Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. They've locked up, but that could have been much worse. The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly. Oh, big lockup there. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked up. Red Bull moved up.
Okay, box, 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 box.
Oh, there's a spin! Let's see what happened there. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. And that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them time. Seems to have been a lockup. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. Well, they've locked up. They won't have been happy about that.
Got a car stopped on track.
It's a crash. Here's the replay. We're just watching the Red Bull. Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
Really well executed.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes. It's a race position gained for Mercedes. We can take a look now. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. A bold move indeed. And with that, they've gained a position. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted. Is that a lockup? Let's have a look. We're just watching the Red Bull. And yes, that's the lockup. And that was a bitter blow for the team. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
So you're boxing.
jumped up and gone straight on. Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
It's a big shunt, big shunt.
Red Bull gained a place. We've just had a crash on the track. Let's see what happened there. Now just take a look at the McLaren. A definite collision there. That's very unfortunate. That's going to be a big blow to the team. Mercedes moved up a place. Let's take a closer look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. Goodness me, there they go, moving ahead of the other driver. Looks like there's been a lockup. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. And this, yes, there, that's the lockup. I think we've had a car run wide. Here's the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari. Oh dear, dear, dear. That's far wider than they would have wanted. I think someone's run wide. We can take a look now. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved, and they've gone wide. Way wide. Someone spun out. Let's have a look. So this was the Aston Martin. They lose it there. That's the spin.
Copy. Temps are climbing. Temps are now climbing. And one more lap. So we have a checkered flag now.
No big worries here for Mercedes. Their driver did fairly well today. There's no doubt that Mercedes have a lot of potential. Now they need to figure out how to make it work for them.
Yes, there's no doubt that they have what it takes. I can't wait to see which direction they go in for the next race.
They end this weekend in 5th place in the constructor standings.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.